Good morning, students. In our last lecture, we have done about the sets, what is the meaning of a set, how it can be represented, and there we have also learned that different type of sets. Let us continue the same topic. Now I am introducing about equal sets. Now the definition of equal sets: two sets A and B are said to be equal if every element of A is an element of B and vice versa. Means every element of A is an element of B and every element of B is an element of A. Then the sets are said to be equal and written as A equal to B. For example, here the set on the left hand side having element 3, 7, 9 and the set written on the right hand side having same element but the order is different. So these two are what? Equal sets, because in the case of set, order is immaterial. Similarly, I have taken this set here 3, 9, 27 dash. Sorry, it put here dash. I have taken here infinite sets having elements 3, 9, 27 and so on. Here x, where x equal to 3 raised to power n. Here I have written the set in the roster form. Here I am written the set in the set builder form. X, where x equal to 3 raised to power n, where n is a natural number. Then putting n equal to 1 we are getting 3. Putting n equal to 2 we are getting 9. Putting n equal to 3 we are getting 27 and so on. So these are here, put the sign of dash here, sorry. So now again these two are what? Equal sets. Now here the next is here the cardinal number of a set. Cardinal number of a finite set means the number of elements in a set is called the cardinal number of a set, and also it is called the order of a set. But generally we are using this word, the cardinal number of a set means the number of elements in a given set. For example, let A be a set having these elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, the number of A equal to 5. Similarly, in B, there are 3 elements. Therefore, the cardinal number of B equal to 3, written as like this: number of A equal to 5, number of B equal to 3. Now the word is here equivalent set. Two finite sets A and B are said to be equivalent if number of A equal to number of B and written as A equivalent to B. For example, A having elements 1, 2, 3, B is the set having element x, y, z. Now, as the number of A equal to number of B, then these are equivalent set. These are not equal because elements are not the same, only the number is same. So therefore these two sets are equivalent set and will be written as A equivalent to B. This is the sign for equivalent. Then comes special notice here: each pair of equal sets are equivalent, but equivalent set need not to be equal. Now here the next definition is the subset. It is one of the important definition in the set. The word is subset. Make of sub means part of a set. As the name clear, subset. Let A be a set of all the student in your school and B is the set of all the student of 11th class. So clearly every member of B is also a member of A. Every member of B is also a member of A. Therefore, we can write B is a subset of A and written as B subset of A. This is the sign for subset. B subset of A. Now here or also we can write down like this sign. In this way if we are writing, then we pronounce it as A is called superset of B. Generally we are writing like this: B is a subset of A. But whenever we are writing in the terms of A, it can also be written A. This sign will be inverted here like this. Then in this case A is called the superset of B. Now here let A be any example of set having element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and B is set having element 1, 3, 5. Now every element of B is in A. So we can call B is a subset of A because every element of B is in A. Similarly, here let me take another example. Let A be the set of all vowels. B is the set of having elements A, B, C, D. Clearly, every element of B is not in A. So, B is not a subset of A. This is the sign for not a subset. Clearly, B is not a subset of A. Now, here if A and B are two sets such that A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, it means every element of A is in B and every element of B is in A, then A equal to B. Naturally, it is only possible when every element of A is in B and every element of B is in A, then the sets are said to be equal. This is another definition of equal set. You can say if A and B are two sets such that A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then we can write A equal to B. And moreover, it can also be written as B is a subset of A and A is a subset of B if only if A equal to B. This is a sign of if only if. Means A, B subset of A and A subset of B implies A equal to B. And if A equal to B implies B is a subset of A and A is a subset of B. And is written as implies and implied by, or it is the sign for if only if. If this implies this and this implies this, then we can write this, we can use this sign of what? If only if. Now here let us see here. Here you have to given a set A having element 2, 4, 6. Second set B is given X is an even number less than 7. Now here clearly every element of A is in B and every element of B is in A. Only this we have written in the roster form, this we have written in the set builder form, and clearly every element of B is in A. Now A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A. This implies A must be equal to B. Now these are the two important remarks. Every set is a subset of itself. Just make it a point. Every set is a subset of every set is a subset of itself. Therefore, we are putting this sign of equal here because the subset may be equal to the set. Generally, when you are writing the sign of subset, we are writing like this. We are putting just like C, and this is the sign of equal. It means the subset may be equal to the set also. So we are using this notation for the subset. It means every set is a subset of itself and empty set is a subset of every set. These 2 points you have to keep in your mind. Number one, every set is a subset of itself. Second, empty set is a subset of every set. Now here the word is the power set. It's very simple. Power set means the set containing all the possible subset of a set. Let A equal to set AB. Let me write down its subset. So what are the possible subset? Phi always you have to write because the phi is the subset of every set. Whenever you have to write down the subset of a set, always put first subset as the phi. So what are the possible subset of A? One is the phi, another having single element A, single element B, and every set is a subset of itself. Therefore, we can write the set itself also. Now the number of subsets are what? 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the possible subset of A. So therefore, the power set of A written as PA. Written as what? PA. The set containing all the subset. Then we put all these subset into again in the curly bracket. Then it is known as what? Power set. See it again. Let A equal to AB. Now the power set means the set containing all the possible subset of a set. Then the possible subset of a set is one is phi, another is having single element A, then having single element B, and the fourth one is the set itself. So all these are the possible subset of a set. Now when I am putting all these subset again in the bracket, then it becomes what? The power set. Let us say another example. Let B be a set having elements 1, 2, 3. First I am writing down all the subset. First I am putting always the phi. Now taking one element 1, 2, 3. Taking two element 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3 and the set itself. So these are what? The possible subset of B. Then again I am putting all these subset in the curly bracket. Then it becomes the power set of B. Now here the one of the important result is here regarding the number of subset of a set is given by 2 raised to power n, where n is the number of elements. Here n is 2, so 2 raised to power 2 is 4, so it has 4 subset. Similarly here the number of element is 3, it means n is 3. 2 raised to power 3 is 8, so therefore the number of subset is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So therefore, the number of subset of a set is given by the result 2 raised to power n. Now here similarly I am giving the same example. Now here set A having 2 elements, so number of subset is 2 raised to power 2 equal to 4. And the third one B having 3 elements, so number of subset of B is 2 raised to power 3 equal to 8. So similarly we can also write it, the number of elements in PA equal to 4. Number of elements in PB equal to 8. Now this is about the power set. Let us see further. Now the word is here the proper subset. The first word is what? Subset. Now the word is proper subset. A set B is said to be proper subset of a set A if every element of set B is an element of A, but whereas every element of A is not an element of B, and written as B the proper subset of A. We are just deleting the sign of equal because the proper subset is always a part of set. It can never be equal to the set itself. So I am not putting the sign of equal here. So this is the sign for what? Proper subset. It means B is properly contained in A, but there is at least one element of A which is not in B. Then B is called the proper subset of A. So therefore this is what the proper subset, and this is a notation for the proper subset. Now the meaning of subset and the proper subset is clear. Subset may be equal to the set, but the proper subset is always a part of the given set. Now if A is a subset of B and A is not equal to B, then A is called proper subset of B. Is it? Because every A is not equal to B. A is a subset of B and A is not equal to B. Then A is the proper subset of B and is denoted by A proper subset of B. Now for example, A is 1, 2 and B is having element 1, 2, 3. Now every element of A is in B, but every element of B is not in A. So A is called the proper subset of B. We are removing the sign of equality here. So A is what? Proper subset of B. But in generally books, generally we may use this sign also for the subsets. It is understood the subset may be equal to the set also. In some books or generally we are putting this sign for subset also. So don't get confused. Otherwise, this is the sign for proper subset, and if we are putting the sign of equal here, then it become subset. But it may be considered as this is also the sign for subset also. Don't get confused. Now here, the next and the important thing is here intervals as the subset of R. Here R is the set of real number. Now here let us see here there are three type of interval in maths we are having. First is open interval written like this common bracket we are using. This is known as open interval. Now how we can show it? What means by open interval means x, where x lies between A and B. We can show it on the number line. This is open interval means all the real numbers lying between A and B, but A and B are not included. This is known as open interval. See it again. This is we are using the common bracket for the open interval, means all the real numbers lying between A and B. This is known as open interval. Next comes the closed interval, written as we are using this square bracket for the closed interval, means all the x lying between A and B including A and B. This is the note on the number line we can represent like this. This is what closed interval. We are having here the square bracket. It means all the real numbers starting from A up to B. This is what closed interval. Just see the difference between the sign of. This is open interval. This is what closed interval. In the open interval, the extreme limits are not included. So we have put only the circle here. But in the closed interval, A and B are included. So we have darkened this circle, means all the real numbers starting from A up to B. That is what the closed interval. They are very much used in our mathematics, open interval and the closed interval. Just see the difference between open interval and the closed interval. Then comes the semi-open or semi-closed interval. It can be written semi-open or semi-closed. It means from one side it is closed, from another side it is open. From one side this is open, from this side it is closed. So these are known as what? Semi-open and semi-closed interval. So it is what? It is closed from this side, it is open from this side. Means all the real number, it can be written as a less than equal to x less than b. We are not putting the sign of equal here from here because from this side it is open. It means all the area, it can be shown on the number line this. It is what? Semi-open we can say, or we can say semi-closed. Similarly, this interval, this is open from this side, this is closed from this side. So it can be written as a less than x less than equal to b. Or on the number line, it can be shown like this. It is included, it is excluded, and all the real number between a and b. This is the example of what? Semi-open or the semi-closed interval. Let us write down with the help of example. Now here, every set can be written in the form of, the set is given in the set builder form. We can represent into the interval form. If interval form is given, we can put it into the set builder form. Let me given this set x, x belongs to R means the set of real number. Real number means any number which can be taken on the number line. Now we have to given x belongs to R and it is given -4 less than x less than 6. So it will be what? Open interval -4 to 6. And similarly in the case of this, it is written that like this, -4 less than equal to x less than equal to 6. So it means the closed interval -4 to 6. Now here conversely 2, 6 can be written as into the set builder form x, x belongs to R and x lies between, from this side it is open, from this side it is closed. So it can be written as 2 less than x less than equal to 6. It is what? Semi-open or the semi-closed interval can be written in the set builder form. See it again. First is open interval written as common bracket AB, closed interval written as square bracket AB, semi-open or semi-closed, from one side it is closed, another side it is open. These are known as semi-open or the semi-closed interval. When we are to represent the real number, we are always using these intervals. This is all about today. Today we have learned what? What is the subset of a set? Then what is the proper subset of a set? Then the power set of a set, then the number of subset of a set. Then in the last we have learned about the interval as a subset of R, where R is a set of real number. Now we have to do the question from exercise 1.3 based upon the whole topic that we have discussed in this video. This is all about today.